on a 30-year fix to borrow the same amount of money for the next 7 years. With a 7-1 ARM, you don't have to. Call 800-QUICKEN right now. That's 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com.
Adjustable rate subject to change. Call us for cost information. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLS number 3030.
CRN Digital Talk Radio. It's the PM show with the one and only Mr. Fred Dreyer.
Thank you so much, Michael Horn. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are on a tight schedule now in life. We will do everything we can to have laughs and yucks on this show when it's appropriate. We don't mean to be a downer or to be disparaging in any way of the great people here in America. But I'll just tell you something. It is the dawning of a new day here in this country where mainstream media has protected the extreme left liberalism of the 60s. I was 20 years of age in 1966, and I saw this politic come on up out of the ground. I saw it. I saw the protests in the street. I saw the evolution of this selfish narcissism, and here we are, and it's incarnate now. In a black man as president, and I don't believe the liberal resolve was willing to give Barry the boot. I thought they were going to, when they elected him 4 years ago, they just said, this guy's going to be the president for 8 years. I don't care what he does or what he says. We're going to elect him. We're going to give him every shot possible for a black man to become the greatest president in the history of the world. This is what we're going to do. This is what we're doing, and all common sense and all reason that told you over the last 3.5, almost 4 years now, that this guy, forget who he is and what his color is. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to judge people on their character and their deeds. I don't care. I'll give you a list of black people I'll have in president before this guy gets in there. I'll give you a couple Chinamen, too, that I know that are very well-rounded individuals. It's not about race, but it is to them. Race is a predominant wedge, as is class warfare, as is this taxation policy to divide people, and that's what he's done. That's what his first job, his first order of business is to divide people economically and socially on the construct, and then throw in racism. And that's what he did. He did it beautifully. Now, people say he's a genius. I talked to a lot of people. One thing that's really got me upset is how people on the left have said he's a brilliant guy and he's a genius and there's a lot to learn and Republicans are lame and stupid. And I said, I'll agree with that. We can talk all day long about that. Matter of fact, we're going to talk about that today. But the reality is he's not a genius. He's got guts, and he knows he's got the mainstream media to tell you that 2 and 2 is 5. And there's people out there who have heard that 2 and 2 is 5 for the last 4 years and say, wait a minute, this guy got 7.5 million, almost 8 million votes less than he got last year, and he still wins. Married people overwhelmingly voted for Mitt Romney. Why? Because they understand the value of what it means now to be an adult, be married, have children, and try to have a future. Try to own a home. Try to save something. Try to have some sort of health care and some sort of family planning. The people that voted for Barry were single. They were young. And in my view, they were uninformed, ignorant, selfish narcissists that who I call them the text generation. You know, I've seen more people. Every time I text somebody, I was texting my daughter earlier this morning. Every time I text her, I was joking to her. I said, "Here I am texting you like a 14-year-old, you know, at a shopping mall." And it's all a part of life. But the selfishness, the idiocy, the stupidity, is the residue directly between of what is being taught in school, what is being celebrated in school, and those things are the key elements that we need to talk about. I'll be talking about them now for the next 4 years. I don't mean to be redundant, but it's going to be the theme with me of the death of education, the death of journalism, the death of America, and it was killed in the crib. America has been murdered, just like 4 people in Libya were murdered, and no one's talking about it. They're just sweeping it under the carpet. America's been killed for the last 30 years, 35 years, in our educational system, in the media, and it's just been swept under the carpet until something shows its ugly little head called European socialist, anti-American, anti-Constitution, anti-white founding fathers. You reach the irony of all of this is that this syrup, this elixir, this medicine that America is now being fed by the left, is being fed by a black man. If you don't think race has anything to do with anything, you're stupid. You deserve to get what you get. But there's millions of people out there who are infuriated. It's not because you lose. Man, we all been a part of losing. It's all a part of life. You don't get what you want. That's the adult aspect of living life. But how this has been engineered, I don't like being in a crooked card game. I've been in some card games that were crooked, by the way. I've been in some things that have been rigged. I just took part in an election that has been rigged. It's been rigged by the mainstream media. It's been rigged by every professor and every friggin' college, institution, high school, grammar school, 4-year program, law school. If I hear another comment from a Yale law graduate, about how bad this country is, I'll strangle them. I can't take being manipulated and insulted to this degree. And when you turn around and you look at the people who are going to be most affected. Now, I always say this. There's a caveat here. There are people like me, 66 years and older, 50 years and older, who will be immediately affected by these mandates and this politic of taxation and the destruction of productivity in this country. But nobody is going to live with it longer than you 18-year-olds, you idiots who are texting in the malls, who went to the polls and went to your voting place and giggled while you pulled the switch for a cute black guy. And this guy could not have been more enthusiastic in his triumph over the young, stupid minds that are in this country. And that's just a plain fact. There's a lot of great young people. But the predominant edge goes to the dumb ones. Now, what do you do about it? What are we going to do about it? This is a serious conversation. This country will get over and get through having this guy as president, but it's not going to get over and get through on what he leaves behind. You got 8 years now of this, and you think that this is going to get fair now. Everything is fair. You watch, you young people, you idiots. You just watch what happens, how this thing unfolds, and where you sit in this thing. Yeah, wait till 3 and 4 years down the road. Just wait. You're going to see it. This is not sour grapes, folks. This is just the facts. We'll continue when we get back.
Fred Dreyer Show, Weekend Edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. Email Fred incoming at crni.net.